Hello, my name is Duncan McAlpine, and I wanted to talk to you today from Duncan McAlpine Comics Chats and Broadcasts. An admission, actually. I broke a cardinal rule of buying comics at auction, and we've all done it. It's just the way it is, possibly because of the pandemic circumstances. I bought a couple of comics which I hadn't viewed prior to the auction, and bought them primarily, in fact, totally on the strength of the pictures. Not an absolute disaster, but not a great idea. And let me show you these two comics. I mean, they are great comics, and I'm glad I did buy them because they're amongst my absolute favourites. Amazing Spider-Man number 50 from 1967, which is July 1967. Just that classic cover, really. It's just a marvellous Spider-Man No More. It's one of the great Spider-Man covers of the period, possibly of the first 100, I would say, if not more. Big issue now, and it's seen some fantastic rises in value. And the other one I bought, Fantastic Four number 49, again a monster issue which has rocketed in value in recent times. The first cover appearance of the Silver Surfer. No, I mean, not the biggest, most dramatic cover illustration, but you get Fantastic Four, you get Silver Surfer, you get Galactus. This has become a major hot book in the last year, 18 months or so, and will be set to rise, believe me. And I bought these fairly recently at auction. As I say, I didn't see them beforehand. In one way, I got lucky that the page quality inside is really good, like off-white, really nice pages, and I firmly believe that page quality will become even more important than it is now. Go for the best page quality that you possibly can. Light tan, creamy pages, they're okay, but when you open up a 50, 60-year-old comic and the pages are really nice and smell nice and look good, that's a big bonus, because after all, it's the major part of the comic. It's 90% of the comic book in total. Comics are not just graded by the covers alone. So they're two really good comics. And what I thought about was sending these off to America to get them cleaned and pressed and graded. And I'll talk more about cleaning and pressing in other broadcasts, but just very briefly, I think this is quite a good candidate for cleaning and pressing, because I think it will, if not get rid of completely that biro mark there, that sixpence biro mark, 6D in old money, it'll at least dull it right down and fade it, and it could well get rid of it completely. And I think it will also just brighten up the cover and make sure that what I really liked about this copy is it's nice and straight, a really good spine, no cover wrap around. You can see the price really clearly. You can see the complete M of Marvel Comics. It's not halfway around the back of the cover. So I think that's quite a good candidate. This one for cleaning and pressing, I don't know if you can see, but there is a diagonal sort of crease right across the cover there, just there. I'm not going to take it out of the bag and board at the moment, but believe me, there is a diagonal crease right across there, and I think that the pressing process may well accentuate that crease and separate out the colour break. So if anything, the pressing part of cleaning and pressing may well make that crease more noticeable. So I'm not so sure about that. I'm going to take some advice on it and see. And cleaning and pressing does make a difference. I had a knockout result with another Spider-Man 50 this time last year, funnily enough. You do get a lot of copies, particularly pence copies or even cents copies with the price sticker, a 1 shilling price sticker where the 12 cents is. And some of them have been removed by collectors in the past, and they leave a kind of sticky residue. You get that on lots and lots of Silver Age Marvels. And rather than try and rub off the sticky residue yourself from the price sticker, don't try that at home. It really doesn't work, no matter what kind of clever, smart, bought from a posh stationer's eraser that you use. Leave it to the professionals. They can get rid of that sticky residue. I bought at auction a Spider-Man 50. I can't think how much it was, about £450, something like that, $550. Sent it off, and it was in about a sort of quite nice, like a fine, a good solid 6.5 maybe in a certain light. but I do tend to grade quite strictly. I sent it off for cleaning and pressing. Boy, oh boy, did I get a result. Coming back as an 8.5. Stunning. I mean, what a job they did. And it was a £2,000 comic for a £500 outlay, something like that. So I got really lucky. And it can happen. The cleaning and pressing can work really, really well. I don't make a habit of it. Personally, I feel that cleaning and pressing is a degree of restoration. It's giving something back to the comic. It is restoring it to its former glory. The CGC, naturally enough, I guess are saying it's not. They give it a blue universal label. It's not restoration. It is merely not restoring, it's more conservation is the word that they use, and perhaps rightly so. And there's nothing wrong with conserving comics, in my opinion, for future generations. I will talk about cleaning and pressing in another broadcast, probably with my good pal Richard Jenkins from Raygun Comics, who's very expert on these things. But generally speaking, do as much research as you can on cleaning and pressing. Choose the right sort of candidates for it. Don't be disappointed if it doesn't come back marvellous and you're doubling your money, because it is a kind of take it or leave it, chance, good things, bad things, you just don't know. So I wouldn't make a huge habit of it, but then it's always nice, just once in a while, to make a little bit of money that you can then put back into your collection as a war chest, to buy stuff. So if you've never tried cleaning and pressing before, select your candidates, try one or two, see how it goes, and you never know, you may be well surprised. Ella, where are you? I finished.